Hi, this is Tilakakai. Welcome back to Fast Formula tutorial. Today we are going to see or write a simple fast formula and a simple child fast formula, and we see how a parent for if the formula calls its own child. Okay, let's get into that. Let me have a take that compensation person selection. Just for that. Well, I'm going to write the child fast formula first. Then I'm going to create the parent. Compensation, person selection, TCS, child, okay, 1, 1, 2000, okay. I'm not going to give all the details of. Okay. Name, type, simple child formula. Okay. This is very simple. L jump. Okay, just I copy that. L, let's say value equal to y. Okay. Leaving child formula plus value return is value. Return value. Okay. Help person get context person ID -1. L assignment equal to. So I'm expecting the context. We know that we support these two contexts. HR assignment ID. So it is going to say that. Now I'm going to print that person. Okay. To care, since it is a number, I'm going to say to care. Okay, copy the same thing and log the assignment ID. Assignment ID. Assignment. Okay. L person equal to -1 means it is not passed. L assignment equal to -1, then what are we going to do? We are making the value to no. Okay. Why I'm doing here, I'll explain you when I'm writing the parent fast formula. Okay. Why I'm just validating that too. That I want to show you a concept, how that saying that the context pass from parent to child. This is one of a few times I got it right in the first time itself. Okay. Now we'll go and write the child fast formula. Sorry, parent fast formula. Okay, go back. So the important thing is name and what's the return value. You have to know that this is child of a value. Okay, just remember that. Okay, searching it again so I know I got the child now. Now I'm going to write TCS parent. Okay, compensation person. It can be any type. You can call from any type to any type. Just I'm using it to show you. So I'm going with the same type. It's not necessarily has to be the same type. Compensation person selection. Okay, one. The date has to be made sure because the child has to be available within that date. That's a you make sure the date. So generally we write in the same date. Okay. I just copy and put that. That's in text here. Only thing I change that simple parent formula, right? Parent formula that calls child formula child formula. Okay. Okay, just I'm giving a space. I'm not giving anything. So what I give it? Yeah, I can give it. No, it's not right. I'll give a name by default, entering TCS formula. Okay, it can be different value. I'll give a return. Okay, you are return value. Return cannot be a. I put read value because return could be a reserved value bad. Okay, leaving v. Okay, now what we do? Let me complete the whole code, then I'll explain that. Okay. Person. Okay, I'm going to use the get context. I'm going to use it. Person ID. Okay. Now I'm going to say that if is executable TCS child ID, right? That was the name is TCS child FF. It's executable. Okay, it's executable. Then open the bracket and close the bracket. Okay, executable. Execute. I'm not setting any what do you call it, input values. So I'm directly calling this. Okay, TCS child. Okay, L var. Okay, get output. Okay, I think it is value. I'm giving X. Okay. If okay, L var equal to Y, then the value is equal to Y, then we are going to say return value. Okay, I can accept that value into this one. This is I'm doing to so I can easily print and show you how this is. I don't need that actually. Okay, I can get it directly. Just I want to show you what kind of value is coming out of it. That is the only reason I'm trying to do that. Otherwise, you can use only one variable. You can get it. Okay. Child. Okay. Let me save that. Okay. Now what is happening here is the child also use some context. The parent also use some context. In my previous sessions, I gave you a number of contexts which is supported by the formula type, any compensation formula. They support every fast formula from the compensation support the same context. I gave the list of it. Okay. I also shown that these values are passing to the formula which is called by that code, the application. But the values passed only if that particular context is used in the formula. For example, there's a term ID is passed in. Term is supported by that. I didn't use the term ID anywhere. So that term ID is not passed into that formula. Only if that particular context is used. It could be used directly like this, or it could be used by using the database items or using the function which use the context. Either you are directly using it or indirectly using it. That is the only time the context is passed in. Now, when the fast formula calls the child formula, if the context is available, either it is passed directly or you are setting it whichever way, you are changing the context or whichever way. If that context is available and if that context is used by that child formula, that automatically passed in. You don't have to pass that. Okay. In our case, in the child fast formula, we use this person ID context and the HR assignment ID. Okay, HR assignment ID context. So if that two context is available here, that is automatically passed to the child. You don't have to unnecessarily you have to like set the context through that input type. You don't have to do that. Now what is happening here is I'm using the person ID context here. I am not using the assignment ID context. Now let's see what happened. Okay, we will run it, we will see the log how it's happened, then we will come back and change it. Okay. Okay, something is wrong here. Okay, good. It is executed. I mean, somebody last time. Okay, now what we do, we run it. Okay, now see that. It says entering parent formula, entering the child first formula, person ID passed in, assignment ID is not passed in, -1. The minus ID, because that what is happening here is the parent is not using the HR assignment ID. So the assignment ID is not passed to the parent. Since the parent does not have an assignment ID, it cannot be passed to that child. So whenever you are writing the parent and child fast formula, you make sure whatever the context which is used in the child also kind of used in the parent. Okay, you don't have to really use it. You just say that is exist, like just like or you say get context, something like that. So make sure that value is passed to the parent. Okay, now because since it is -1, is everything is going to be no. Okay, now I will go back. Okay, now what I'm going to do here two changes here. Okay, we know that the person ID is passed in. Okay, now what I'm going to do here is I'm just going to see that ASG here, ASG. So HR assignment ID, HR assignment ID. Okay, that's right. Now I also set one more context. So we'll see how does that context works. Okay, set input. I'll give my test, just a name. Okay. Okay, I test my test. I gave it, and say the value is. I say it's x. Okay. I also see. I'm going to change the context of person ID. We've seen that is passing it. Now I'm going to change the value. Okay. What I'm going to do here is I'll print the person ID here. Now I'm going to change the person ID. Save. I'm going to sorry. Okay, whenever I write a fast formula, quite often save it unless there's a possibility you may lose it. Okay. What we do here, person ID to CHAR person. Okay, assignment. I'm not going to print the assignment. The reason is you'll see that in the child. Okay. that assignment it is there. So assignment it is passed in. I'm putting the person ID. I'm going to set one set input. I'm going to set that input like my test. Okay, value is xxxxx. Okay. Oh, I'm also going to set a one more input person ID. Okay, the value is okay, like 2000 20, okay, to 20,000, just a random number I'm setting it. Okay, now one input I'm creating it. I'm creating a one more input. That is basically I'm changing the context value. Okay, the same context name I'm using it. I'm setting hardcode value. Okay, this two basically show you can once you can send extra parameter as an input. The one you can change the context. Both are using the same syntax. Okay, so save, submit. I'll copy it, so I probably need the names later. Compile. Refresh. Okay, 17 is what? What is that? Okay, I didn't put the comma. Okay, save. Compile. Okay, now we go and change the child. Okay, now what we do, I am declaring a inputs. Okay, inputs are my test. What is the name of it? Inputs are my test text. Right? Text. Okay, I can set default also. Okay, since I am passing the value, I'm not worried about that. And then I'm printing that my test. Okay, save, compile. Okay, wait, compile this time. Okay, I'm going to just reprocess the same thing. Like, okay, I'm going to resubmit the same statement. Okay, now let's see what is happening here. Okay, okay, entering person ID. Person ID, okay, sorry, TCS parent is getting into the parent. The person ID is last 4 to 7, like 4 to 7. Entering parent, I don't know where is coming. Probably I might have made a mistake of putting that twice. Okay, entering child, percentage printed. Okay, child of a person is 2000. See, the person is changed. Now the assignment ID is passed in now. Okay, now the my test also passed as access. So now you know how to pass the input value and how you can change your context, I mean, change your context, or you can add a new context. The same way you can add a new context too. You can do that. And because that this is that it is returning a y, so probably everything is going to return y. The reason is we are passing the assignment ID. By this tutorial, you know how to call a child formula, and when you are calling a child formula, how to pass additional input value or additional parameters, additional value into the child formula. And you also know how to pass a context, okay, or you can change the context. You know how to do that. Uh, that's all for the day. If you have any questions, any doubts, or like any suggestion, comments, please put it in the comment. And if you like it, I appreciate if you like the video. Thank you. I'll see you with another video.